Hello everyone, this is Tenzor and this video is my in-depth personal guide on how I play this team form of Saber, Huohuo, Gilgamesh and Mortenax Blade. So yeah, long time no see guys. This is my new setup right now, formed of Saber, Huohuo, Gilgamesh and Mortenax Blade. I'm very glad what I managed to do despite having Saber like reforging the gear for the third time already. Like trying to make it as powerful as possible, you know, from substats and stuff. Because Gilgamesh arrived now, the setup went completely different. So yeah, I don't want you guys to keep you too long, because you guys have also gameplay to do. This video is strictly for people that want to start Honkai and casual players and people that really like the Fate collaboration, because I started the game because of the Fate collaboration, and yeah, I want to pick all the characters, mix them together even if they were separate, but yeah, the system, the meta, or how is it called, you know, it's best by far in this way. So Saber, unfortunately I did the mistake because I was at the beginning of my you know, experience and learning Honkai, so I went with the Lycon first on Saber, which that's why it took me a lot of time with the Eidolons. But I have E6, and so it's very amazing to have 2 times Excalibur. It's very awesome. Like this, I had this type of setup, which was good, of course, but when Saber was alone. But now, unfortunately, I had to like change it again, farm a lot, because Gilgamesh as well requires the same set. I think it's best by far, and I consider it by judging of the gameplay that I had and the rotation and the progression in the game. Helped me a lot, but yeah, we will talk about that. So Cosmic Life Science Institute, Splanar, and Scholar or Scholar, lost in erudition. Crit rate and yeah, increased damage by skill and ultimate by 20%, which is a lot, especially that I have E6, you know, it's making my life more easy, and yeah, it's amazing. I do not advise, because it's a one of a hell adventure to get them to E6, all of them. I did Saber, and after Saber, you know, it's just I had to struggle with the rest of the characters to at least get them, not necessarily to make, you know, E1, which is best by far thing, especially if you like a character, go for E1. Some of the characters require E2, but most of them require E1 to feel, you know, much more powerful, I can say. Especially if you keep that character, you want to play with that character and only that character, alongside the sub DPS or support or sustain and stuff like that. But yeah, overall this set, it's pretty much what is necessary from my point of view, and Gilgamesh as well. But going back to Saber, we'll go the stats. I just realized that 80% crit rate, it's best by far. Between 70 and 80% is best by far from my point of view when it's coming to crit rate, because it will affect the other substats and you'll not reach the other ones, you know, like for example crit damage. Okay, crit damage can be lower, okay, no problem, but crit rate 70-80%, you must reach it. Speed, it's up to you, but I realized when I had lower speed on Saber, it was very complicated. The only saving for me was basically having the ultimate, you know, 2 times. But now I see that Saber, it's going much further. I think here it's better to show. Attack power, it's lowered because I had to choose to increase the speed and provide crit rate, so I had to sacrifice some attack power. But with this planars, I can be, you know, fairly decent, because the damage is increased up to 32%, depends on the max energy received. This attack power, you know, it's pretty good. Normally it's supposed to be like 2.6 plus, 135, 136, 36 speed, and yeah, 80%, 70-80% crit and 169 crit damage. So Scholar. Break effect, yeah, I had to sacrifice some break effect as well. Is that, you know, a deal breaker or something like that? It's still fine. It's still fine from what I've seen there. But yeah, a little bit of attack power more, and it's don't get me wrong, it's doing crazy amount of damage, but I'm just looking from my point of view of how fast I can clear up some stuff. Not like I'm in a hurry. I'm enjoying my coffee, you know, and stuff like this, and I'm just, you know, letting Saber do you know, the best. Excalibur popping the ultimate, which is yeah. Gilgamesh, the same thing, Cosmic, Scholar, and I have a little bit of issue here. 80% is good, like 70-80%. Once again, crit rate is best by far. Crit damage, I need to work on the crit damage. It's still doing great amount of damage. Despite the crit damage, I still have like 3.8k attack power. Speed, Gilgamesh, let me talk here, thank you. Speed, it's... If I remember, with the ultimate, it's increasing its speed. So he's getting the speed. Despite Saber, that I need to have this speed to keep the pace with the speed that it will increase during combat with Gilgamesh. So the attack power, the amazing amount of the attack power is perfect. I just need to work on the crit damage. That's most of it. And by doing that, in my situation here, I need to get rid of the break effect. And from what I've seen, like on my gear, for example, 16% break effect. But because this type, the only items that you can do like this, relic synthesis, only body and feet you can customize. Unfortunately, hands and head do not. And the planars can be done as well. Just some extra info for you. So I just need to pray to the RNG gods in order to get like attack power, crit rate, and instead of break effect, to get more crit damage. That's a clear fact. Let me see here. Here I have crit damage. Okay, fair enough. Speed, maybe I can change with some attack power here. But that's up to the farming. Until, despite being A in a current Reddick loadout, it's still fine from my point of view. It's doing great. Going to Mortenax blade, which I can go now. I will start here. Like, the reason why I chose Springleaf on Cav, it's just because it's advancing forward, and also the energy regen it's able to provide more ultimates, closer to the ultimates, which is the best by far thing. That, of course, the ultimate is best by far, doing a lot of damage and providing a lot of, you know, stuff through the ultimate. And Mastersmith, which is again defense reduction state and stuff like this, and which is helping. Oh god, talking so much. Helping the team. So the reason why Springleaf on Cav is, I can see that this bone collection is mainly to help Mortenax blade. It's for personal usage, I can say. Like, if you want for him, you know, to be more of a person that will provide, you know, more DPS and stuff, but I want him to get that ultimate, and with the current stats, unfortunately, it's still fair enough. 145 speed, it's fair enough. I still need to work on him. I had to work on so many characters at the same time, so there are 3 characters so far. It was Saber, Gilgamesh, and Mortenax blade. So it's doing perfect from my point of view for the moment, but this is the reason. Maybe if I get, you know, better increased stats on my gear, probably I'll change the bone, but I prefer, like, from all the rotations and everything, I like the fact that he can get to the ultimate much faster with one whack. Huohuo with the Warrior Goddess increase speed by 6%, but 4 pieces will provide for all allies 6%. Or am I misunderstanding? While the warrior has general speed increased by 6 and all allies crit damage. Okay, so from my point of view, this 6%, if it's truly implemented for all the team members during combat, that means I completed the 135-136 speed on Saber, which I'm pretty much settled. That's very good. And yeah, the Lycons, they're Lycons except for Huohuo, which I have this one. I need to check if post-up is much more efficient than her own Lycon, which I doubt. But for the moment, until Huohuo will arrive again in the banner, I'm gonna use this one and trying to put it at S5. Because the energy regeneration gonna be higher and outgoing healing as well. And why not increase survivability during, you know, anomaly arbitration, the end game content. So yeah, overall these are my thoughts, and I'm happy with the progression. In next video I will provide the second team that I have, which is with Archer. I'm still working on Tosakarin to acquire it and still building up. Basically just gonna show like this for the next episode. This is the current setup, because Tribi will fly away from here and Tosakarin will come to this team setup for much more efficiency. And don't get me wrong, Tribi is the second best character for this team composition for Archer, because again we focus on Fate characters, and this one completely the best. No, I'm kidding. It's just to manage to get all the points from the Forgotten Hall, Pure Fiction and Apocalyptic Shadow, because they placed Star Wars mode, which is putting you to make a third team so you can get 100 gems. So managed to make, you know, the extra point with in Star Wars mode. It's giving you 300 gems in total, so 100 Forgotten, Pure Fiction, Apocalyptic Shadow, 100 again. You can just, if you have only 2 teams, it's no problem, go regular mode, it's no issue about it. It's for later progression. So that's why trying to pull as much as possible in order to make progress with what the characters I need and to continue further, and, you know, trying to arrange the gear as better as possible. I will keep trying to find, you know, tiny errors like the crit damage from Gilgamesh and this kind of things, trying to balance them out, and yeah, by any means so far is doing great. Again, E0 is okay, even if you have all of them on E0, this combination is good. You don't need to, like, you know, put much more investment. But I think I cover up all that I wanted, and I hope these things gonna help you. And once again, I will show that I go with the reward guys to collect all the gems. I go with searching for treasures around the maps. To a certain point, focus at the beginning. If you are still leveling and you are at the beginning, focus on the main story, because you'll understand that later. You'll go anyway for the secondary side quests, and around the side quests there are the you know, treasures and stuff like that. It has different shapes depending on the world that you are, and when you use it, it just, you know, giving you hints where are certain treasures that you didn't find during side quest or during your traveling on the map on the main quest. That's all I can say, guys. I hope this video will help you, and keep up the good work. Have a nice gameplay, and I'll catch you another time. See ya.